Over here. It's me, Bryn. Get your butt over here so I can tell you what happened last time on the Incorrigible party.
Falzarin has yet to earn Gozer's respect.
Okay, so yeah, you see, like, torsos. They were clearly, like, severed, like, by a tool. It's not like they were torn or rended or anything. They were almost surgically, like, cut up. The cuts and the shape of the monstrous thing you fought back in that first session, back in the street. And you also, Gozer, you recognize in this pile of bodies, not yet severed, but you recognize the body of Sardo the magician. What comes shooting out around you are 4 severed hands kind of flitting around on their fingers. You are actually a little too far away to hit Bryn, so you'll be damaging yourself.
Of course.
So roll your damage. Hey, but you're immune. You're resistant to your own damage.
Yeah, that's good.
You're welcome, Shaft.
I sort of look at it, my mouth opens up a little bit, and I go, well, you got a little better.
Shut up. The adventure continues. I guess.
Gozer, let's go back to you at the top.
Okay, so she killed the creature.
Yeah.
There's no other creatures for me to currently hit.
There's nothing left in this room but the party members so far.
I am going to grab something and shove it up in that hole.
Yeah.
Okay, it is...
that's what he said.
So kind of right next to it is this weapon rack with weapons on it. But above it, it's kind of underneath like this small little table too, which you could upend.
Oh, heck yeah, I'm just going to flip that table.
Is that the table with all the papers on it?
No, this table is actually... No, this is a different table.
Yeah, I flipped it.
You've kind of braced the table against this hole. I remember this. It's a small sized hole. It's like perfect size for a shaft, but kind of tight. It's tight for the rest of you.
How big is the hole?
It's like a 3.5 foot hole.
Oh, that's a bigger hole than I was picturing.
We should send Shaft into the hole.
Look, just because my name's Shaft doesn't mean I can go down.
I'm currently sitting at 3 hit points. I would like a rest of some kind. So I'm going to put the table up against the hole, and I'm going to pile some stuff against the table. What can I pile? Can I move like some of the weapons and the armor and stuff and put it to weigh down the table?
Yeah, you could probably push the weapon rack in front of it too if you wanted to try that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, give me a strength check, which you're still raging, right? So you have advantage on this.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
So that's 21.
Okay, yeah, you easily just kind of slide the weapon rack, weapons and all, in front of this table that bracing now the table against this little hole.
And then I'm going to just collapse on the floor and sit.
So you guys, that'll take you guys out of initiative, out of combat now. All right, what are you going to do now?
I think probably a good idea to go get Chucky.
What time o' day is it?
Okay, so you guys had set out right in the morning for this cave for Chucky. It took you about 2 or 3 hours to get here, plus the hour rest, so it's only like midday.
Crap.
I'm still on my way over to that table. I want to take a look at the papers.
Okay. Oh, sorry, you were going to the table with the items, not the papers. You wanted to check out the papers?
Yeah, sorry, I was headed
Okay,
towards...
that's fine. No, that's
papers.
cool, that's cool. So you and Bryn are right next to this table. Yeah, on this table you kind of see what, like, drawings of pieces of this armor that kind of, is very similar to what's on this rack, and almost like they're kind of schematics to possibly create the items that you are wearing, maybe.
Okay. Is there any writing on it? Any description or instructions or anything like that?
Yes, there is writing. Sorry, which languages do you speak?
Common, Elvish, Primordial, Abyssal, and Orc.
Okay, why don't you roll me an Roll me an investigation check to determine what language it is.
So I roll 15 total.
Okay, so this is not a language that you understand, but you do recognize it as being Sylvan.
Sylvan. So fate. Okay, so that's magical.
There's not, there isn't like, it's not like a, a journal. There's maybe, a couple sentences here and there around, maybe. From what you can tell, it looks like it may be even just labeling specific parts of the armor. Like, it's not like a book you're looking at, right? It's just
There's
kind of
not
notations.
paragraphs upon paragraphs.
Right.
Okay. Can I tell anything from these papers about what I might be able to do with armor that's in the room or items that are in the room to make the armor? Or
There's nothing else but the papers on this table, but you can look at some of the other stuff.
yeah, so I'll head over towards the other table.
Okay.
But it's been strewn all over the floor.
I'd like to also check out some of the stuff on the table, but I do state that we should probably go get Chucky here soon, just to pull him out of the sun. But what's over here?
I barely hear Shaft in my pursuit of trying to find magic trinkets. I'm off in another world.
What does a healer's kit do, and is it worth using on Gozer?
So the only thing that a healer's kit does is makes it easier for you to stabilize an unconscious creature.
Oh,
So it does not recover hit points, unfortunately.
Dang. Okay.
Gozer's taking a short rest.
Okay.
Do you guys want to take an hour in here? This is going to be an hour of, like, lights to no activity.
Do they all have to short rest if I'm short resting? Can they walk around and look at stuff?
No, that's true, but that would mean that you goes there to get the benefits of the short rest and the hit dice recovery. You have to spend an hour in this room. So if you want to stay in here for an hour, for sure, that's fine.
I'm good with. Is everybody else good with that?
Oh yeah, I think there's
That's
plenty
fine.
to look at for the next hour, and we need a little bit of a rest anyway.
Yeah, Falzarin barely even is aware of the fact that people are having a conversation because he's enraptured by the chance that he might come across a magical item.
Okay, goes there. So you get to roll up your hit dice. Remember, you get to add your Constitution modifier to those rolls as well. Okay, so on this table, where do I have this table here? So most of it is kind of scattered on the ground now after Gozer's attack on it.
We still don't know how Sardo's body got in there. Or what the deal is.
Falzarin, you see this. There's a book. There are 4 like potion vials, kind of strewn on the ground. There's an amulet with a ruby in it. There's a ring. There's some gems. There's a little hat that looks very similar to the cap of Sultany, from which Gozer and Shaft got from Sardos' place.
They're still wearing.
All right, I'd like to start with inspecting the book. Can I do an Arcana check on that?
Yeah.
I got 17.
Okay, so you recognize this. Definitely. You recognize a book that you've never physically seen, but were definitely taught about in Heraklion. This is a manual of golems, specifically a manual of flesh golems. You know that this book can be very dangerous, not just in the practices held within, but to its user if used improperly.
Okay. And then also you said there were some vials, potion vials.
Yes, so handling those, there are 4 health potions,
Nice.
uncommon health potions. So you can divvy them up as you see fit. But what they do it costs you an action to use it, if you're using it in combat, of course. It costs you your action, and they will heal 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to share. So I'll announce to everyone that I found 4 health potions, and we can each have one.
Gozer holds her hand up.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Gozer's like, gimme, gimme, gimme.
And what else was there that I was looking at again? Sorry.
The potions, the amulet. It's kind of on.
Oh yes.
But this one has a ruby inset into it.
Okay.
So it's like a red gem, unlike the one that you exploded. It was more of a quartz or like a diamond, like clear or white.
Do I sense any magic surrounding that?
Yeah, for your Arcana check on the book, I'll use that for the same thing. You definitely pick up emanating magic from it.
Okay, I stuffed that in my pocket.
Okay. Again, you found a ring as well, kind of in the dirt, and then the cap, the little hat.
And you set some gems on the floor also, right?
Yes, I did.
I've already picked those gems up.
Okay.
Bryn walks by and slides them into her pocket.
I'll pick up the hat. Does the hat look almost exactly like the one I already have?
Do you remember what color was the one that you grabbed?
I don't think I wrote down the color.
Yeah, I know Gozer specifically grabbed the blue one, I believe.
Yeah, I don't have a color.
So this
down.
one is yellow. You pick it up. You able to cast spells. You handling this item. You know can feel that this is not a normal cap, unlike the crap you got from Sardo's shop.
Okay, so I'm going to put that one in my bag, and I'm going to take the one I got from Sardo and go over and put it on Sardo's head. Slide it on and say, sleep well, little buddy. Tap him on the head. I should have said sweet dreams.
You should have said sweet dreams.
I mean, I'm a sucker for something shiny. Can I pocket those gems?
Yeah, if you want to try to do it so they don't see.
Yeah, I do.
All right, roll a sleight of hand check. And the rest of you, it'll be versus your passive perception because you guys are pretty
19.
Oh, passive? Okay, yeah. 12.
Well, you're handling the cap, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at the cap.
Yeah, my sleight of hand is 19, so.
Okay, yeah, you definitely pocket these gems.
Mm-hmm.
So you pocket 2 rubies, like exactly what is set in the amulet that Falzer and grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
And no one saw you. No one saw you grab them. But that's not to say that they didn't see them on the ground before you grabbed them.
Right, that's true.
Gozer is watching the table covered hole to see if it starts moving like something might be trying to come through.
Okay, so that's what you're doing basically for your short rest there.
Yeah. Just staring at the table.
Are you like sitting against it, or are you just kind of?
I'm against the other wall, a different wall, but I'm watching it.
All right. Okay, so what else is in this room? So again, there's the crow with the arrow in the cage. There's the cauldron over the fire pit. Falzer checked out the armor rack. You guys haven't really looked at the weapon rack. I don't know if there's any entrance there. And then the only other thing that you haven't really looked at is the kind of door frame set into the stone in the corner closest to where the hole opened up.
Shaft, what's with the crow?
It's dead.
Well, is there anything to it, or is it just a crow?
Wait, was it? I guess it's still a crow. But let me see. I'll go over and open a little thing up and pull it out.
Okay.
There's an arrow in it, right?
Yeah, there's an arrow in it.
Okay, I take it over by the fire so I can see better.
Yeah, you inspect it, and it doesn't appear to be anything special. Its wings are clipped. You notice that. If it did do anything of particular interest, its death certainly put an end to that.
Okay. So I just hand it to Gozer.
And I say, cook it!
You hand me back my arrow like, I think this belongs to you.
Here, do
I'm
you
going
want
to
it?
speak up and say, hey guys, we're currently in a room right now that did have some animated hands and a couple little insects crawling around, but there's a cage with a crow in it, which suggests that there was someone or something intelligent here.
Can
do
I
you guys
surmise that, they're sort of putting these pieces together like a Frankenstein-type monster? And, I mean, do I have to put 2 and 2 together here with an intelligence check or something?
No, you can definitely tell that this is very clearly the source.
It's a bot
of where
shop.
Right, exactly.
I would like to go over and look at the weapons rack.
So on this rack, there's a pretty good assortment. You find 2 great swords. There's a scimitar, 1 warhammer, 5 javelins, and 1 hand axe.
What is a scimitar?
Scimitar is just a long curved blade. For D&D purposes, it's a light weapon as well, so you could wield it dual-handed. So, scimitar, its damage is 1d6 slashing, I think. Is there anything particular you want to handle?
I say, toss me that hand axe. I want to check that out.
I was gonna say I could throw a hand axe, but how much damage does that do?
1d6. I got 2 of them already.
Okay.
So, Gozer, you want the hand axe?
Yeah.
So, as Bryn kind of hands it to you, again, magical items, when you handle them, you can feel that there's something special about them. There's something. This is not a normal hand axe.
Okay, that's piqued my interest. And I say, this is not normal. This feels different.
So that piques my interest. I'm gonna head over towards the weapons rack as well to take a look at them.
What other weapons were there again?
Yeah, I forgot.
Other than the hand
bunch.
axe, there are 5 javelins. There's a war hammer, a scimitar, and 2 great swords.
Can I take an Arcana check? I can't use any of those weapons, but I'm
Sure.
interested
Roll
to
an
know
Arcana
more about them.
for the whole rack.
Yeah. Warhammer sounds interesting.
Ooh, natural 20.
Okay, so very much like the armor, most of these items are mundane and have yet to be tested on or created or whatever's going on in here, aside from the scimitar. The scimitar does have magical properties.
I do like that scimitar. That looks awful. Can I? Let me see this here.
So I'm gonna make that knowledge known to the rest of them. Say, hey, something is very unique and unusual about this scimitar. Magical, perhaps.
So one of you magic types, can't you tell what it is through a ritual of some kind?
Well, I do have an identify spell. I'm not sure I want to use it right now on this scimitar.
I think if you sit down for about 10 minutes, you don't have to spell a slot. So anytime a spell says behind it says ritual, if you go look at it in the book, look at identify, that means you can sit down for, I think it's 10 minutes and cast a spell and not expel a spell slot.
Really? Yeah. That's amazing.
But there's not a lot of them.
I was this close to using identify on the amulet already and just being like, screw it.
So in this now, I'm gonna say 50 minutes left of this hour that into Gozer's short rest.
5-0 or 1-5?
5-0.
Okay.
You could ritual cast it 5 times on 5 different things if you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I want to know more about the amulet with the ruby that I snagged.
Okay, so you take your 10 minutes. I mean, what are you guys? What's everyone else? Gozer, you're short resting.
I'm playing with my hand axe.
I was interested in that other weapon, but Shaft took it, so.
I haven't taken it yet. I was just taking a look at it. I use finesse weapons, is why I'm sort of excited to see something that's a blade like that. It's sort of my rapier, and the scimitar looks like it might be a good addition.
What do I use? I thought I used that too.
You use a rapier, yes.
Yeah, we can have that discussion.
You're magical though, Shaft. You can have it.
Duke it out.
I can't use magic, right?
Well,
so it doesn't matter.
Let's see what it does first.
It's not magic. A magical item is not magic.
It could be good or bad. I mean, let's take a look at it and see what he thinks.
Okay, so Falzarin, you want to first identify the amulet.
Yeah, I'm going to spend 10 minutes to perform a ritual to cast identify.
Okay, so this amulet contains necromantic energy in it. Its magic feels very similar to like the gauntlets and the arcana stuff. Like it almost has like the same imprint, as if it's very experimental. But if you walk over to that pile of bodies and you place the amulet on it, you would be able to basically assemble these bodies into a flesh golem, which matches with the book that you found.
Okay. I'm definitely not going to do that because I'm aware that that's a dangerous thing to do for someone who hasn't mastered or doesn't have the knowledge to know how to do that safely.
So we see him sitting there, sort of concentrating on this over in the corner, right?
Yeah.
And looking at
You
it.
got 10 minutes.
And I'll while he's doing that, I want to ask him, "What are you doing? Did you find anything out? What is it?"
Are you asking me that?
Yeah.
within
While
the
you're
10
while you're
minutes
doing the
while
ritual.
I'm ritualizing, I'm going to say, "Shut up! I'm focusing."
Okay. So I'll stop.
I'll tell you in 7.5 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Can I tell anything about the hand axe on my own without having anybody else touch it?
You can tell that for you to be able to see what it does, you'll have to attune to it.
How do I attune?
So attunement is you could do it during your short rest. You spend an hour, kind of practicing it with it, examining it, and learning its qualities, which would then allow you to know how to use it.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. So you're going to be attuning to your hand axe.
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody else, or Shaft or Bryn, are you doing the same thing with the scimitar, or do you want to identify it first?
I was hoping he'd identify what it was before I try to do
Was
something.
was my initial 10 minutes already up from the first one?
Well, yeah, it took you 10 minutes to do it. You did it.
Okay, if
Yeah.
so, I feel like I can do
I mean,
it
we're not
now.
going to... You want to sit here for 10 minutes and wait?
Okay, take back what I said to Shaft. I thought I was still identifying the first one. So I'm gonna tell Shaft. I just spent some time learning more about this amulet that I found that was on the table that Gozer smashed.
Oh yeah.
It looks like it may have something to do with, or could potentially be used to animate these corpses, these body parts, and bring to life that creature that we saw back in...
Frankenstein.
Yeah, that was fighting the Arcanist.
Oh man.
So
Well,
it's
that's
got some...
we don't want that to fall in the wrong hands. Here, I'll
No.
take it.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
okay.
I can hang on to it, but rest assured, I don't plan on using it.
Well, that's good. Okay.
Shall I take a look at this scimitar for you?
Yeah, if you would, that'd be awesome.
So I'm going to do the same thing again.
you're taking
I'm gonna
another 10
spend
minutes.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you learn after your 10 minutes that this is a scimitar of vengeance. And it's basically just a +1 scimitar. You gain +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon.
Okay.
As in, the wielder will add +1 to their attack rolls and +1 to their damage rolls.
All right. So I reiterate
Which is exactly
that to
what
the
I
group.
just read to you.
You're adding +1 in addition to what you normally add.
That's right, yes. On top of your regular modifiers.
Oh man, well, yeah. If nobody wants that, I'll be happy to. I would be awesome.
Oh, and it also will require attunement.
Well, I'll take it. Go over and swing it around a
Starts
little
messing
bit.
with it.
So you're attuning.
You're tuning.
What else have we missed in this room here? I think that's...
The door on the wall.
Oh, yes.
You're the one with the highest intelligence. Maybe
Yeah,
you should
I'm going to
check
head
it
over
out.
towards the door.
Follow
How about
us in.
you wait till my hour rest is done.
True.
That's not a
Fast
bad
forward
idea.
to that.
Yeah.
We've got to be at least halfway through with your hour.
You are, yeah. It's been about 30 minutes with the 20 and the ritual and the 10 kind of exploring the room. After another 10 minutes, though, the barricade, the door and the weapons rack starts like a bang, 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 bang on it, as if something on the other side is like trying to push up against it. But your barricade goes there, holds, and nothing gets through it.
Of course, it's a good barricade I built. But just in case, why don't you pour some more stuff in front of it?
So you're gonna wait. You're not gonna. There's nothing else you want to identify. Nothing else in the room.
What else is there in the room that we haven't
is
looked
there
at yet?
anything else?
Yeah, there's the cap that Shaft picked up.
Oh, and it was magic.
There was
Yeah.
a ring
Okay.
on the ground that you completely ignored. You haven't looked at all what's in the cauldron over the fire.
Oh, right.
And then there is the door, the frame basically.
I can go look in the cauldron. What's in the cauldron?
Okay, so you're looking in the cauldron, you just see kind of burnt up pieces of parchment and what looks to be like scraps of scroll, of like spell scrolls.
Great.
Cuts me to the core.
So somebody's been here covering up their work.
Right, but there is one you notice amidst the ash that is still intact.
Do I get to see what it is, or do I have to?
If you want to try to pull it out, sure.
Should
Are you gonna grab it?
Gently.
Yeah,
Gently.
I'll grab it.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, that's one of my favorite ones. I'm good at that. Oh! I rolled a 1.
You had to say it.
After I said that, my sleight of hand makes it a 6, but that sucks.
Well, as you reach in and you grab the scroll, you kind of fumble and your
So
hand hits as this cauldron that has been sitting over this fire for the better part of an hour is hot to the touch. So you take 6 fire damage and roll me a percentile.
Oh no.
after I said I was good at sleight of hand,
You never jinx yourself like that.
50. What do I roll to? Sorry, we just got percent dice.
Right, so there should be a
50.
D10 with 1 number and a D10 with 2 numbers.
So she rolled a 50 and a 0.
50 straight up.
Okay, so 50. All right. So as you burn your hand, but you pull this scroll out and you see the end is kind of singeing on fire, but you're able to kind of stamp it out before the scroll's destroyed by the warm and your carelessness.
So I dart over, eager to see what's on this scroll, anticipating that it's a spell I can learn.
So you look at this scroll and you can read it. It's in common. It is a scroll of guiding bolt.
Okay.
So scrolls, the way scrolls work, anybody that can read them, I believe, can cast them. It would require your action. There's a variant that you could play where you could have a scroll mishap if you happen to fail casting the scroll, which I haven't decided whether or not we will or will not play that. But once the scroll is used, whether it's a success or fail, it is used up. So it's kind of a one-time use.
Oh, really?
But as a wizard, Falzarin, you can copy scrolls into your spellbook, and basically that's a way for you to learn more spells as long as they are of a level of which you have spell slots and are in the wizard spell list.
That makes sense.
So-
But one of us other non-magicals could use it once.
Yeah,
I see what
absolutely.
you're saying. Better be worth the fire damage, buddy.
After he copies it into his spell book, can it still be used by somebody else, or is him copying it using it?
I think you can copy it without. It's not using it.
Yeah, it just costs some gold.
Yeah, there's expenses
to copy it.
And then somebody else could still use it once?
Yeah, I think so. It's fine. It's not using up the scroll. You're literally just basically transferring these arcane writings into your own book, which would then allow you to prepare that spell for the day as long as it's in your book.
Okay, while we're taking this break, I do want to mention that since I did the frenzy, I do have 1 level of exhaustion now. So I have disadvantage on ability checks until we take a long rest.
That's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. That's 1 level exhaustion. It gets worse.
It does get way worse.
How many levels of exhaustion are there?
6. So at level 2, if I go frenzied again, before we take a long rest, then my speed will be halved, and I still have disability on advantage checks. So they stack, so they get worse and worse. So then level 3 is disadvantage on attack rolls and saving rolls. Level 4 is my hit point max is reduced by half. Level 5, my speed is reduced to 0. And level 6 is, just death.
Okay. So don't get level 6.
Yeah, no, I don't plan on that.
Okay, so I'm going to go out and try to sneak out and see if I can drag Chucky back in here. I'll say, can anybody want to help me?
I'm still playing with my hand axe.
I'm going to stay in here. I'm interested in learning as much as I can from these
Do you need the
things
help?
in the room.
Well, I'm going to drag him up here. I mean, the gargoyles out there didn't seem to do anything the last couple times they came in, so it'll probably be all right.
You just yell if you need our help.
Okay. And I take off.
Okay, so while you're out there, Falzarin, are you going to ritual identify on something else, or
So the
What's
ring.
that ring? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
Yeah.
the ring, and
Okay,
I will
so
do
you
this, spend another
casting
10
that.
minutes.
while you're doing that, Shaft, you go out. You find Chucky. He's still unconscious. He's not woken up yet. He seems, right where you left him. He maybe shifted a little bit in his. See, it's
A
funny.
little-
He's unconscious. Shifted a
Shifted
little butt.
Yeah, I'm learning more and more about Chucky every day. All right. So I'll unmanacle him, and then I'm going to see if I can sort of drag him a little bit. Is that going to be an issue for me to sort of drag him up and into this cave?
No, but why don't you roll strength?
All right. 11.
Okay, so yeah, you get him moving, but you're very slow. You're moving at half speed when you're dragging him.
Okay. I'm going to keep on pulling him until I get up to the cave, unless something happens.
Okay. So Falzarin, your identify. So this is a ring of jumping. It requires attunement. While you wear this ring, you can cast the jump spell from it as a bonus action at will, but can target only yourself when you do so. And basically, the jump spell lets you jump real good. I don't know. I
Gives
can
you
look it up
mad
later.
hops.
Whoever has it can look it up if they want to. But
That might be a good thing for Bryn to have, so
I was
she
Yeah.
gonna
can
say that sounds
My
pretty. sweet.
question was going to
get
be,
sniper positions.
Yeah.
who would be able to use this
Get
and
that
cast
sneaky
the jump
attack.
spell?
Anyone.
It's a
Anyone
ring.
who has a ring.
anybody wearing it can cast. They don't have to have any magic ability before. It's the magic is coming from the item. Again, it requires
Okay.
Give me
an
the
hour to
ring.
attune
Give me
to
the
it, but-
ring.
And does the same apply for that scroll, the guiding bolt thing? Because
No.
I double checked. Guiding bolt is not a wizard spell that I.
So a jump spell is the creature's jump distance is triple.
Give me the ring. Let me attune to it.
Yeah,
Let
so
me attune to it.
I'm gonna say, hey, Bryn, you're sneaky and you like to get up into high places and get
I'm gonna
advantage.
say, hey, Falsey.
This ring I've got here will allow the wearer to perform a jump
I'm gonna
spell.
say, don't get any funny ideas. It's just you give me a ring, nothing else, alright?
I mean, I was just going to give it to you.
You don't have to get down on one knee.
Now that
Jeez,
you've
get up.
planted the seed,
Get up, stand up. What are you doing?
I have noticed the pouch around your waist is awfully bulging.
What? I don't have a bulging sack.
I'll let you have this ring, and I'm not going to ask anything in exchange for it. But remember that I gave it to you freely, in case
I could have had it if I wanted it anyway.
Well, I did
Alright.
notice that there are some things missing from the ground here. I'm not quite sure where they went, but I have my suspicions.
I put the ring on. I'm attuning to it.
Okay, so you're also going to take an hour to
I'm
attune.
gonna start jumping around and stuff.
Okay. So Shaft, you get Chucky successfully back to the room,
Okay.
leaving long, big drag marks behind you. But
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll bring him in and sort of tap him on the face a little bit and see if it sort of brings him around.
he kind of shifts a little bit, maybe a little murmur, but he's not quite up yet.
Okay. I'm just going to continue to attune to the scimitar.
Okay.
So has it been an hour?
Not quite. Falzarin, it's almost been an hour for you actually, Gozer. But the rest are you're kind of staggering these hours now, right? So Falzarin, are you doing anything else?
There's nothing left in the room, I'm pretty sure, right? Well, no, there's the outline of the door in the stone, but I want to wait until Gozer's recovered a bit before I go tinker around with that. Is there anything left that I could pull up to reinforce the table and that's propped against the hole?
Well, yeah, you could probably drag the armor rack over there.
Sure, yeah, I'll drag some more armor over and reinforce the barricade.
Okay. So, is anybody going to help Falzarin with drag this heavy armor rack over?
I've been working out.
I can help him, but I'm trying to attune to my jump
you're
ring.
attuning. You're attuning.
Yeah, let's see if I can do it myself.
I'm just gonna watch. I mean, Chucky was not the easiest thing to haul around either, so I'm just gonna keep on.
So Bill
tuning.
rolled a 1. I mean, Falzarin.
So, yeah, I rolled a 1.
All right, the rack doesn't move. You can't budge it.
It falls over and breaks your ankle.
Okay, so you're basically just waiting for Gozer to be done attuning. Are you going to wait for Bryn to be done attuning?
No, I'm... How far staggered are we here?
Well,
It's 30
Gozer,
minutes, is it not?
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, so...
Just give me a minute. I'll help you with that. Just need a few more minutes here. I almost got this figured out.
So the last things that you haven't looked at are the door frame and the cap that Shaft put in his bag.
Yeah, look at the
Okay,
cap.
I'll do the cap next, while I'm waiting for Gozer.
If Shaft gives it to you.
Shaft, are you interested in my services in trying to identify any magic or special abilities of that cap that you grabbed?
Sure, it looks just like that other one.
Hopefully it's not a fake like the last one.
Well, it feels different for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that guy said it was something help you have something in your dreams or something or other. Enhance us with dreams or something. Is that what this is? And I hand it to him.
Okay, so I spend 10 minutes.
Okay, so at the end of this 10 minutes, Gozer, your hour will be up. You'll have attuned to your hand axe, which I'll give you that after I give Falzarin this cap. So this is a cap of casting. It's it looks exactly like the cap of Sultany that Sardos was peddling. It's yellow. Its wearer is granted a +1 to range and melee spell attacks.
What is it?
Not gonna do me or Gozer any
So
good.
I recite what Leland said.
Oh, well, that seems like that'd
fun.
be.
You have to say it yourself.
What was that again, Leland?
Cap of
Cap of
Sultany.
casting.
Cap of casting. It also requires attunement.
That's
Yeah,
probably.
so it's a cap of casting, Shaft. It requires attunement. I'm sure you know what that means.
That's what I've been swinging around here
ask
for a
me
while.
to.
Yeah. I'd probably be.
Don't ask me to explain that.
You gotta stick that baby on your head. I think it might help you out. I'm good with it. It's probably worth a pretty penny too.
Maybe.
What about an ugly penny? Isn't a penny a penny?
Well, I should say copper.
A shekel.
No, that seems like it'd be right up your alley. You should wear that thing. Is it pointy?
I hope so. I am a wizard.
If something is attuned to somebody, can it later be attuned to someone else, or is it stuck forever with that person?
No, you can. I believe you can dismiss the attunement. It's gone if you attune to another item, like another weapon. Like you can't be attuned to 2 weapons at once. But yeah, you can.
Because they're jealous?
Yeah, they
That's
get,
right.
yeah, they get jealous.
Jealous weapons.
So, Gozer, your hand axe. It is a returning hand axe.
Ooh.
Nice.
Again, a +1 to attack and damage rolls. And immediately after the attack, the hand axe returns to the thrower's hand.
Nice.
Like a boomy.
It's a thorax. You came from the bug, right?
Gozer, your hour is up. So, Falzarin, are you going to be attuning to this cap? Are you attuning now? Is that what we're doing? Are we all going to wait another hour for everyone to be done?
No, I'm not going to spend the time to do that right now.
I shake him. I say, let's check out this door frame.
Yeah. Now that Gozer's rested, I'm happy to investigate this door frame that I was initially a little bit trepidatious about.
Okay.
So I go over to that and spend another 10 minutes.
Yeah, you can try to identify this.
Or I mean, I guess I could do an Arcana check and save myself the 10 minutes. Is that worthwhile?
You can try.
Okay. Well, looks like I'm spending 10 minutes. I rolled a 9. Well, I got a 9 total.
Yeah, well, it's very evident that this There's obviously something more to this, something of magical nature for sure.
So I think we've seen him doing this identify spell enough now that we all sort of know when we see him going through this ritual that what he's trying to do, right? So our characters know.
Right.
So I'll go, hey, is that a magical doorway or something?
And I'm gonna say yes. There's definitely something about it. I'm gonna do a ritual and cast my identify spell to try and figure out what's going on here.
Well, okay.
So yeah, kind of again as you're casting your ritual, there's a couple more bangs on the barricade here, but still holding. Definitely something wanting to get through, but at the end of your ritual, you know that this is it's basically like a transporter. It's a doorway that kind of teleports you, and you enable for you to activate it. You must know the activation word, of which your ritual strangely is unable to tell you.
But he knows this.
What?
Yes.
So what do we got to do? How do we get through it?
Do we need to go through it?
Well, I'm not going to stay here. Either we're going back out, or, we came here to get these weapons, right? That's why Chucky brought us here.
Yeah.
I don't need to stick around and
we've-
get killed because whatever's coming through that door doesn't seem to get me my money for Chucky over there.
We've made a decent haul already.
Yeah, I think either we figure out what this thing does if it takes us to more loot, or we get the hell out of here.
How would we figure out what the activation word is?
Activation word? I don't know. It's probably written down on one of these pieces of paper here somewhere.
It's an interesting thought.
You all roll me an intelligence check, please.
14.
17.
14.
7.
Gosher got the highest.
Gosher's the smartest girl, yeah.
So collectively, as you guys are chatting about this, you, based on this protected doorway, or this magical lock and key, for lack of a better term, that you've yet to open, and the lack of additional tracks in and out of the actual physical cave entrance, that,
Correct.
very clearly, whomever uses this cave, this is their main mode of transportation in and out of it. So if you were to able to find somehow to activate it, that it would most likely lead to the user of this cave. Whether or not that's something you guys want to do.
How interested are we in facing whoever's responsible for, what's transpired in this cave? Do we really want to spend some time?
I gotta
through
admit,
this doorway?
I'm really interested to know what's behind here. My curiosity's got the best of me, but I gotta get Chucky back too.
Yeah, I've got interests in Drukal as well.
So let's try a few words here. Read some of the stuff on the papers and say it.
Can we break the doorway?
You can go ahead and beat on it while we try to figure it. He said it has to be some kind of word. It's magical.
No, break it so they can't come through to here anymore.
Oh, right.
Well, how do you suggest you want to do that?
I don't know. I'm not the magic user. I can beat on it.
Can you dispel this thing somehow so it doesn't work?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, you can put a bunch of crap in front of it like you did the other door.
Would that work?
I don't know. I say we either try to get through it or we get out of here. What do you guys want to do? Start reading the papers.
I'm willing to take a look at the papers, see if that tells us anything.
Okay, I'll start reading the stuff that I can read out loud.
Again, yeah, all those papers, they're written in Sylvan language. So if any of you speak Sylvan.
No, can we even understand, I do
not.
verbal...
All the papers are basically schematics for pieces of armor. There's no picture of this doorway or anything else in this room except some of these pieces of armor.
Is there anything on the armor?
The physical pieces of armor?
Yeah, but any writing or anything like that?
No. Again, Falzarin had checked those, and they're just standard pieces of armor right now.
I suppose the only thing in the room that we haven't thoroughly investigated yet are those gems that seem to have grown legs and walked off. In case anyone might know where they are,
I didn't
and
see
look
any
around
tunes.
at my fellow adventurers.
Isn't Sylvan close to Elven? They sound the same.
Not that I'm aware of, but how would that
I'm
help?
an elf. What would I say? What do I know?
Yeah, you want to take a look at him?
Sure.
Okay, why don't you make me a... Boy, what check would this be? Why don't you just make me an investigation check?
I don't know. Crap. 7. 7.
You rolled a 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is... It may as well be Swahili to you.
I'm just going to run up and push on it.
Oh, okay, sure. You put your hands on the stone, and it's just like pushing a stone wall. Nothing happens.
Okay. Well, that's enough for me. Gozer, you want to try it?
I'm gonna try and drag the armor
Do you have any
rack
spells?
in front of it.
Oh, you're going to do the
Sure.
blocking thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Make a strength check. Remember, you're exhausted. You have disadvantage.
Crap. Because that was a good roll. Oh, that's not such a good roll. That's 9.
Ooh, yeah, no, you. It kind of shakes a little bit in your hands, but it doesn't budge.
So what came through the hole before? The little hands?
Little hands and the bugs.
Scorpion things.
So somebody here is coming through that portal door. They're taking bodies from the town, chopping them up,
And animating the hands.
animating the hands and the body, putting them back together, and using them for something. Right? So what's the bugs got to do with anything? These bugs coming through the wall. I wonder if they... It doesn't make any
We
sense.
need Chucky to wake up and tell us how the body got from here down to the town.
Okay, I walk over,
The one
grab
that he was fighting.
Chucky by the shirt, and smack him really hard. Crack!
So at this point, have you fully attuned to your scimitar?
Have
you stopped doing that?
I did when the hour was up, I thought, but you tell me.
Okay, so you guys you've taken your full hour then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think that my hour is almost done too at this point.
Oh yeah, yes. If Bryn, you are good. Sorry, I was just unaware of the chain of events. So basically, after
So is Chucky awake or what?
yes, after you've now taken this additional 2 hours.
Okay, I
Chucky-
still grab him by the shirt and
And you
smack
slap
him
him.
really hard.
All right, and that wakes him up. He's
No, he was already awake. I still do it.
Hey!
Okay, what?
Okay,
What?
Chuck,
Oh.
what's the word to go in the door there?
How the hell would I know?
What? You were down here before.
What do you mean?
Yeah, I came in through the hole under the gargoyles.
You came in through the other hole? Or the door. The door.
The big entrance.
What was down here last time you were down?
What other hole?
That other hole it's covered up. You can't see it right now. Trust me, there's a hole back there.
And he's kind of looking around. Whoa! Where'd all these body parts come from?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's what we were asking. Were they here
those
last time you were here?
Those weren't here when I was here.
None of these bodies.
No, none of
It
them.
was just armor and stuff.
He's kind of looking. He's like, "Oh my God, that's Sardo!"
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
Who
I
would
know,
have
it-
brought Sardo here, buddy?
It's alarming. Sardo just died recently. I mean, they had to bring him here pretty quickly. I mean, he got here faster than we did, and we hauled ass out of town pretty quick. So,
Look. Okay, when after this one, and he points over to Brent, killed Sardo. I helped. We took him to the mortuary where we take the bodies. Dr. Good gave him a once over. Official death pronouncement.
Oh crap! It's Dr.
And,
Good.
And then I went back to the inn and started looking for you guys.
So I'm going to speak up and say, who could be the connection between these bodies and this cave here? Could it be Dr. Good?
Isabella, she is mysterious.
Dr. Good and the mortician and like the grave diggers. I don't know. It's not like we guard the bodies.
If Sardo's laying there, this portal obviously goes back to town. That's the opposite way that we're going.
That's true. If that's...
Well, there's no other way they got Sardo here faster than us.
Help me slide the armor over and we'll leave and we'll go about our business.
How close am I to Bryn?
What are you gonna do to me?
Right next to her, I guess. I don't
All right,
know.
I'm gonna say
Crap.
I'm gonna lean over to Bryn and say, hey, is this guy lying to us?
Can I hear him?
About what?
No, I said it so that no one else could hear.
About what? All of it?
Yeah. So Bryn, why don't you make an
You're telling me what
whatever
to do.
check that is?
An insight check? Would you like to make an insight
You're
check?
telling me to make an insight check. Are you
Okay.
kidding me?
Well, Bryn doesn't
Second
know.
one of the night.
Oof. Yeah,
So
you,
I've got 7.
you 100. No, a critical fail is a failure on that spell, on that check. You 100% believe Chucky.
All right.
Of course I do.
I'll make an insight
Frick.
check of my own.
Sure. I mean, you can
Well.
all make an insight check if you'd like.
Chucky lied to us before.
Oh wow, what are the odds?
What? These new dice are terrible.
They're broken.
What is the point?
I got
So,
an 18.
I also do not know anything.
Shafter, you.
I'm just going to surmise the fact that there was only steps coming in and out that were Chucky's from before. So whoever brought the bodies in had to come through that door. So it had to be from the city because there's no way that they could have beat us here, and they would have been drag marks coming in the other way. So yeah, it's probably Isabella. At least Isabella knows.
Gozer, you with your insight check, yeah, you definitely believe that Chucky does not know who was transporting these bodies.
I think he's telling the truth. He doesn't know crap.
Alright, well, you guys want to keep heading to True Call then?
Yeah,
Close off this door first. Help me carry this armor over. I'm a little tired.
I don't
still.
even care if they come through the door. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna know we were there.
I think it's a little obvious somebody was here.
Yeah, someone's gonna know you're here.
Bunch of dead hands. And
There's 2 dead insects. Yeah, a bunch of severed hands, even more severed.
the crow.
Severed digits. Yeah, dead crow. Whoever owns this cave, that's probably their
I
pet.
ate the crow.
You ate the crow?
I ate the
Gosh.
crow.
Disgusting, Gozy.
And you took the book, right, Folsom?
Yeah, sure. I'm being ginger and careful with it because I have a respect for the dangerous abilities that it has, but I'm gonna bring the book with me.
Did you want to identify that as well?
I mean, sure, I guess.
Or like right
You-
now? Or
I already
sometime
know
later?
that it's a manual of flesh golems.
Yeah, because it has a title on it.
Identify it later. Let's get out of here now before somebody comes back.
Let's head. I can look into it more later.
It's gonna Google the Cliff Notes.
Okay. Okay, so you guys get out of this cave. And that's our show. Our intro and outro music was created by Josh Jarvis. For your own musical inquiries, contact jamesmercymusic@gmail.com. All other music and ambient noise is courtesy of tabletopaudio.com. The Incorrigible Party is sponsored by Critical Hit Design. Visit criticalhitdesign.com for all of your graphic design needs. You can find more info on the characters and world at incorrigibleparty.com. Enjoying the show? Have any questions or rules corrections? Email us. contact@incorrigibleparty.com or reach out on social media. The Incorrigible Party on Facebook and Instagram, @IncorrigiblePar on Twitter, using the hashtag AfterPartyIP for a shout out during our behind the screen after party episodes that drop every 4th release. Happy adventuring!